One of Coda's most powerful, but actually difficult to master formulas is called ForEach. I'm going to give you a rundown of what it is, how to use it, and why we use it in every single document that we make. All right, so first off, what is the ForEach formula? We like to say it in human terms. We start them off with, hey, Coda. So the ForEach formula says, hey, Coda, I'm going to give you a list of items. Can you do the exact same action with or to each item in the list? I'm going to show you it in action here. So let's take an example of a list of things. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I could take this slider and add 4 to each number. I get an output of 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say I want to add 5 to each number, 6, 7, 8, 9, or I guess I don't have a subtract option. You'll see there that it's doing one thing to each one of these numbers in a list. Let's look at it in a different way. Let's go back to our document over here, and we'll see here we have a list of funny animals. So I'm going to write a formula that is going to do something to each item in this list. I think it'll help you understand the foundations of what this formula is. So let's press equals on our keyboard, and I'm going to first get a list of items. So my list of items will be funny animals dot animal name. You'll see down here that I have axolotl, naked mole rat, and pika. It's giving us their names. Well, let's do something to each of them. For each, let's do something to each item. And we're now going to define what that is. Inside of a for each, there is a special keyword called current value. What current value is the first time it runs through, the current value is axolotl. The second time this formula runs, the current value is naked mole rat. And the third time it runs, it's going to be pika. So let's take a for each and let's say, let's do the current value dot upper. Upper moves everything to uppercase. You'll see that that took every single item and it uppercased them. Now let's do something different and let's just say current value dot contains text space. All right, there we go. So what that's doing is it's just testing if it's multiple words or not, right? So the first one, axolotl, is 1 word. Naked mole rat is 3 words, so it contains a space, so it's giving us true. At its foundational level, for each runs a formula or performs an operation on each item inside of a list. So let's go perform a for each loop. So for each are, in programming terms, are called loops. It's going to, once again, do something over and over. So here I have a team's database. My team database has everyone on my team and their favorite animals. Bradley's are fancy rat varieties. We love Bradley on our team. And they have daily tasks. Let's say we wanted to automate and give these tasks to Bradley every single day. Well, let's go and create a button on our table. Insert after. This button is going to add all tasks for this person. So what I'm going to do is turn this into a button, and I'm going to say daily task dot for each. So again, daily tasks, the task itself is the list of things I want to do something to. So for each item in that task, which right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, right? So this button is actually going to do 10 things because there's 10 tasks. It is going to add a row. So it's going to add 10 rows. Where is it going to add? It's going to add them to the actual tasks. The task is going to be the current value. Let's just add dot task. And then the assignee will be this row. Right, we're going to see what happens when we click that button. When I click this button for Bradley, we should expect to see all 10 of these tasks translate over into this table. So let's erase our dummy rows. And as I click this, you'll now see that I have 10 rows added, and they're each for Bradley. So that's how we're going to run a for each call. Normally, we always use our for eaches with inside buttons. You can, and actually we'll find use cases outside of a button, but they are more advanced. We're going to keep looking at a for each call inside of a button. Next up, what I want to look at is, great, that added a row for Bradley. What I'm going to show you how to do now is a nested for each call. This is some really advanced Coda stuff. So if you don't get this the first time, it's okay. Still teaching some of my team of how to follow this pattern, but it's a pattern that is used over and over inside of our client's docs. Let's take the use case where I want to add the daily tasks, all 10, but for everyone in our team. That's going to be a nested for each, because for Ronnie, I want to do all 10. For Brian, I want to do all 10. For Angela, I want to do all 10. For each of these items, I want to run a subsequent for each call. So let's add a button, and I'm going to walk you through this slowly. Let's do it. I have a button here, and I'm going to call this add all daily tasks for all users. And instead of doing this on click thing, I'm going to press this formula button in the right hand corner, and I'm going to write my formula. First, I am going to choose one of my lists. You can actually choose the tasks or the people. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Let's do the team database first. So team database dot for each. So for each person in the team, I want to perform an action. Whenever we do nested for each calls like this, we need to use another formula called let to name the current value. Explain why in a moment. But just follow with me here. It's gonna follow the same pattern every time. You choose your list, and then we're gonna give the current value a new name. Instead of calling this current value, we're gonna say let, and we're gonna give it, you'll see here, a name, a shorter name. You can refer to it too. So I'm gonna call this current team member. Now I'm gonna take my second list. My second list is daily tasks dot for each. On this part, I actually don't have to name it, but I like naming it because it makes it clearer. So I'm going to do the same thing, current value. You can see that because these are both pink, that also helps us know that this current value is the task. This green current value is the team database. If I didn't name this current value, you'll see that these have the exact same name, so they conflict with each other. Not good. So we need to give them each name so they each have a unique reference inside of our loop. So let's say this, let's let this be called current task. All right, so what I've done in terms of this pattern is that I have taken the team database, I ran a for each call, I named the current value. I took my second list, I named it, its current value as well. Now I'm just gonna say add row. So add row to actual tasks. And the task, we're gonna put the current task. Inside the assignee, we're going to put the current team member. And that is it. We can go ahead and auto format that. So that is a nested for each, because there is inside of this for each call, there is another for each call. I'm going to press done. Now, when I press this button, it's going to be like magic. Here we go. Burn. So you see, I added 70 rows. Why did I add 70 rows? Because 7 times 10. If I go ahead and look at this now, I can even group this by the team member. You'll see there's Ronnie's tasks, there's Brian's tasks, Angela's tasks, and more. And I can even add another team member like Scott Weir. And you'll see this time, if I add it, it's going to add 80 tasks because Scott is number 8. Or if I add an 11th task, now we should expect 8 times 11, so 88 things to be added. We add that row, and it says 88 rows added. So the for each formula is really, really powerful and has a ton of use cases that you can do in your docs. Let me know if you have any more questions about how this formula works, current value, or any other aspects.